Hey, what's up guys? 2 more weeks before archery. We're just gonna do a little bit of scouting this weekend. I got some cameras with me. I got my spotting scope, the bike. Yeah, see how it goes. I also packed my KUIU one-person tent. I forget what it's called, like the KUIU Spike or this KUIU like something. But I brought that. I've only used it once, so we'll see how well it performs out here. Just taking a rest. Been quite a bit of a bike ride, so gonna be 5 minutes and then we'll get going on the trail again. This is as far as we could go. Pretty nice flat spot. Kind of shady for now, but it might not be like for most of the day. Hopefully it won't matter too much since we'll be gone most of the day. First things first, take out the sleeping pad. Kind of forget how to set this up, so we will all just learn together, I guess. Although they do have like a diagram right here, which is pretty nice. This is the, I think the Summit Star. Yeah, Summit Star. It lets you know which ones go first, like in order of like staking your poles or staking out your corners. Footprint. Alright guys, let me show you guys around. I only finished with the tent. It's actually a lot simpler than I remembered. I don't think I followed the pattern that they recommend you following. I kind of just did whatever made sense, honestly. This tent has like guy lines on every corner. I don't think it comes with all the necessary tent stakes you need. So rocks do fine. I'm pretty sure you could buy a couple more. Honestly, you could probably buy some better ones. These are probably aluminum. You could buy some titanium that would work better, be a little stronger. The rocks work pretty well. All the corners are staked. The two sides are just staked directly to the tent and there's nothing to adjust. So you do these last. And the rest of them, they have this self-tightening mechanism right here. This is the foot box. So you could adjust that depending on how much ventilation you want towards your foot. A top vent right here, kind of small honestly, but should do. Zipper. Since this stuff is like ultra light, everything, this material is like very delicate, I would say. So do be careful whenever you're like zipping it and moving it around. The bug net clips with the two corners over there, this back corner, and then two corners up front. There's a little buckle right there that it connects to the top here. Oh, what is this? Top buckle up here. And then there's one tent stake. You could use a trekking pole, but they're not too heavy, so might as well. There's also a smaller tent stake right there. Or excuse me, not stakes, they're both tent poles. Pretty roomy in here, enough for like one mummy bag. Not too bad. Pretty sure you could like roll this up and tuck it away somehow. I totally forget how though. I think it has to do with this buckle somewhere. You like buckle this somewhere, I forget. But yeah, it's like not bad. It's like pretty roomy. As you can see. Keep that stick out before I poke a hole in it. I'm like 5'8", kind of have a short torso, but it's not bad. Might be a little on the claustrophobic side if you're like 6 foot or taller, but I'm like about average height for most males in America. So yeah, pretty nice. We got camp set up. We gotta hike up another like 1,000 feet for the evening glass. I'm just gonna stash my food away, probably pack some with me because I don't know when we'll be back down here, so might be dark by the time we get back. But yeah, we're done here. Stash the rest of the food and let's get going. I always forget what these little acorn or oak trees are called. I always call them like shrub oak because they don't ever get any bigger than this. And this year looks like there's gonna be a good mast going for these shrub oak, which is gonna be nice. Here's a choke cherry right here. It's been like chewed on. This one's like close to the trail, so I'm not sure if it's like a pack animal that had chewed on this or if it was from a deer. Shrubs right here that has like red berries on it. I'm not too sure what those are. That's definitely not choke cherry. It might be related to roses. It's like really going off, but next to it is a choke cherry. This one doesn't have too many cherries on it left. Most of these are not totally ripe yet, but the bears love eating this. If you ever look into bear poop and you see like these pits right here, that's what they've been feeding on, just like all of this choke cherry. Look at that. That one has way more cherries on it compared to this one. These acorns are not ready yet, but it's getting there. Hopefully in a couple more weeks, should be ready for the bears to start mowing down on it. And then they'll be like all along these hillsides. Still got a long way to go. Got distracted a little bit, so let's keep going. Finally made it to the lake. It's a lot shallower than I would have expected. I'm not sure if there's any fish in here. I definitely didn't bring a fishing rod with me. Made it to a nice vantage point. We're gonna cook up some food really quick. Have like an early dinner. Spotting scope. I haven't really checked out the area yet. It's looking good so far. High Sierras is kind of hard to hunt. There's not a lot of them up here. The granite peaks don't really make for good plant communities, so it's pretty meager pickings for the deer. There are some signs here and there, but they look kind of old right here. I'm assuming they're like up a little higher or like on the north facing slopes right now. Go ahead and let this water boil and then we'll start cooking and also glass at the same time. All right guys, I didn't see anything during the evening sit. We did deploy a camera up there, so hopefully, fingers crossed, that catches something. Sun was sitting pretty fast, so I couldn't record anything else. Finally made it to camp, brushed my teeth, and I think we're gonna get ready for bed. So I was gonna go scout out a different spot around this area, but I totally forgot my spoon up at the top where we were glassing yesterday. So gotta make my way back up there, grab that spoon, since I literally just bought it 2 days ago, and it's the only spoon I have. There it is. A little crummy, but it's okay. Oops, got it back. Sun's about to go down here. I'm just gonna show you guys around the tent. Little campsite. Not too bad of a spot. Nice and level. There's actually service here, which is pretty nice. First night wasn't too bad. Tent held up. Pretty warm for the most part. Still holding up. I think I got tightened this side a little bit. There we go. I just realized there's also like a buckle right here that allows you to buckle this fly just like that. That way this isn't just like flapping in the wind and stuff. Also have a little string line that goes all the way around the tent to the inside over here. I'm gonna undo this buckle really quick. Backpack lives here. My boots are on this side. The gaiters. And then here's the light. This is pretty sick. It's like solar powered and has 2 modes. Turns on. Could use this as like a little lamp. There's about 37 feet of this. And it goes all the way out. I'll show you guys once it gets dark, but it goes all the way out. It's really nice. If you have to like get up late at night, you could turn it on from inside. That way you don't have to fumble around, try to find a headlamp or anything when you're like getting out to pee. I could show you guys once the sun sets, which is pretty close. It's right there. Got like, I don't know, maybe another 15 minutes before the sun completely dips. Not too shabby. The nice thing about the KUIU tents, I don't know if all the other tents have it, but at least this one, the cords are all reflective. So if you're coming back during a really late hunt, you could find your tent pretty easily at night. So pretty sweet. These new Illuminate are pretty nice. They're really bright. They collapse really easily, and then they self-inflate. So yeah, pretty nice. Gotta go grab the bear cam before I could put everything in the pack. Oh, still there. Hasn't been messed with. Alright, so this is how I put stuff in my pack. Anything that I need for my electronic goes in this dry bag, this bear canister. I have all my heavy stuff like right in the middle of my pack, like right here. So what I do is I'll stuff this sleeping bag in first, and then follow that after the sleep or all the heavy stuff, and then up top would be light again. And then this usually I strap it down on the bottom over here. If I had a bigger tent, it'd go right here, and then I'd put the brain over it. It just like distributes the weight a lot better that way. But with this KUIU Summit Star one-person tent, it's small enough where I could just fit it in here with the rest of my stuff inside the pack. I'm not sponsored by any of the products that I've been mentioning, by the way. I've just really been enjoying using it all. All right, let me just get everything out of the way so we can start breaking down the tent. To break everything down, I just go with the opposite order. So first, this bug net. Stuff this to the very bottom. Very best to compact it. Next, the rain fly. For these guys, I just do a couple of loops like that, and then I just tie the overhand knot in them. They're nice and compact, but you could still like undo them pretty easily. Okay, and after that, all those are done. We take out both the stakes. So there's a small one over here and that one. Okay, that goes down. I'm just gonna shove these in here and zip this up. Once that's all zipped up, then we'll start collecting all of our tent stakes. Set this aside. This is gonna go in last. Now all we have left is the footprint. Like that. I'll fit pretty well in there. And stakes goes in. It's collapsed. Honestly, you could pack them individually and just stuff it in your pack, and that might save you a lot more room, but I just kind of like this bag. Makes it very convenient. As you can see, this is the order of everything. So this is the top of the bag. I have my down quilt, my pillow, bear can with all the food, batteries, electronics, my stove, sleeping bag right there. And then we'll throw this right here, right in between everything. Go. I have a hole right here from a freaking ground squirrel that chewed through my pack to get at some sunflower seeds. Really annoying. But if you go on KUIU's website, they have a repair place linked in their website. I got mine quoted for like $70, so it's not terrible. Everything's all nice and packed. KUIU tent really held up, although kind of perfect condition, so we'll revisit that whenever conditions aren't perfect. Bike's ready to go. I think we're just gonna head out. If you guys stayed on all the way up until now, thank you a lot, appreciate it, and I will see you guys on the next one.